I'll talk to anybody or anything. I love talking. A lot of my friends, I take a lot of Ubers, and a lot of my friends get mad if the Uber driver talks to them too much, but it's the opposite for me. I think the Uber driver gets mad at me for talking. He's like, you want to listen to the radio, something like that? I'm like, no, turn it off. I only got 5 minutes alone with you in this car. I got a lot of stuff I need to tell a stranger, okay? I got a lot of conspiracies I need to get off my chest, and honestly, my wife started hearing it, so I'm not even Ubering anywhere. I'm just Ubering to talk, man. I love the car. I like being in the car. I like driving, traveling. You ever get a fly in your car? And that fly's in there for a while. And you've been driving down the road. You've been driving for miles. That fly's all over the place in there. You've been going for miles. All of a sudden, you let that fly out. What do you think that's like for that fly? Like, that fly is way away from home now. That'd be like going into a grocery store and coming out in Arkansas. You're like, dang, what happened while I was in there? That fly's got to start a whole new life now. You ever do enough drugs to think of something like that? All right, a lot of drug addicts here tonight. I appreciate that. But you don't even need drugs now, though. Weed is so strong now, weed is like drugs. You know what I mean? I don't know what happened to weed. Weed used to be like a good old fun recreational activity, but now it's like hard drugs, man. I've done weaker acid than the weed that's out here now. It's true, though. I used to have a lot of fun with weed when I was younger. You know, I could smoke like a joint or a blunt with some people. We laugh, have a good time, listen to some music. Now I take one hit, I'm out walking around in the yard praying. I feel like I'm having a heart attack. I'm just saying over and over again, weed's never killed anyone. Weed's never killed anyone. I'm like, I don't even know if that's true. That used to be true, but I don't know if it's true anymore. I mean, this weed could be killing people. I don't know. Weed grew up, got violent. That's all I know. You know, I grew up in Alabama, and weed used to be scary to get, but fun to do. But now if you live in a state where it's legal, weed's like fun to get, but scary to do. Like when I was growing up, if you wanted to get weed, you had to get like $10, $25 together. You go to a bad neighborhood, some guy'd come out, and you give him the money. He may come back with the weed, he may not, right? It's 50-50, really. You never knew what it'd be in. It might be in a bag, it might be in a coffee filter. One guy brought me weed right out of his hand one time. I was like, I'm not sure you weighed this. You don't have money for bags, you don't have money for scales, I know that. You might want to think about investing in your business here. You're looking to do this long term, that is. But when you got the weed, it was fun, easy, light weed, you know? Nowadays, if you live in a state where it's legal, buying weed is like a shopping experience, you know? You go into a store, it's all well lit, it's like a Best Buy or an AT&T store in there. Sometimes the cops are there, but to protect the drug dealers. Some of these stores are set up like a pharmacy. Everybody inside's a little scientist. They're telling you about all the different strands of weed. One lady was like, this weed is creative and uplifting. I was like, oh, okay. Well, that's not what I'm looking for, so. I was like, I don't really know what that means, to be honest with you, but I'm not looking to spend time with the weed. Not trying to hear the weed's ideas on things. They think I'm weird because I'm always like, what's the weakest weed you have in here? Like, you got any weed you were thinking about throwing out? You got any weed people returned because it wasn't working good? That's the kind of weed I'm looking for, you know? I'm just trying to enjoy some TV out here, you know? I'm not trying to disappear into a different realm. I'm not trying to sleep with a light on all night in my hotel room. Because the darkness is too thick. You ever do that, though? You get real high and you're like, it's been a great day. I've had a lot of fun today, but now it's time for bed. And you turn the light switch off and it feels like nighttime lays down on you. I'm like, well, that's coming back on. And the TV and a podcast. I may call a friend, make sure I'm still alive. I've freaked out in a lot of hotel rooms. Nobody knows it's happening, but it is. I'll hear a little noise out in the hallway. I think people are coming to get me. I look out the people. It's just some family out there enjoying their life. No idea about the darkness going on in my hotel room. Over one hit of weed. You'd think I've been in there doing heroin all week. I'm all strung out, got biscuits everywhere. Sometimes I'll smoke weed in the hotel room, and that's always a mistake for me. I'll take one little puff. I think I've smoked the whole hotel out. It's made its way down to the front desk. They're calling the police. The police are on the way. I'm out in the parking lot like I'm not even at this hotel. Now, matter of fact, right now I'm loitering. Go ahead and get out of here before I get in trouble for loitering, because I'm not staying at this hotel. That's something I can tell you right now. So when I do smoke in the hotel, I like to take it very seriously. I go into the room, I put the do not disturb sign on the door, and then I go into the bathroom and I put another do not disturb sign on the door. That way, if they come through the first door, they'll be like, actually, this is a lot more private than we realized. We shouldn't have come through the first one, but it is definitely against hotel policy to go through 2 do not disturb signs. Then I put a little towel under the door. I take a little hit, blow it into the toilet, close the lid, flush it. That's what I do every time. I don't know if it works or not, but I've not been kicked out of a hotel yet, so either it works or nobody cares. You gotta hit the smoke's gotta hit the water about the time that spiral's kicking in. It sets it right down. I like to think I'm doing a service, you know? I like to think there's somebody on the other end of that toilet, you know? Maybe working down in a sewer somewhere, hanging out with a bunch of Ninja Turtles, fighting off all the ticks I'm flushing. All of a sudden that smoke hits him in the face. He's like, all right, I appreciate that. Pleasant smell for a change. Great day to be alive down here. Yeah, I mean, that's true. Okay. My wife doesn't do drugs, and I always think everything's weird when I'm high, and that's how she knows. Like, if I start saying stuff's weird, she knows what's going on. Like, we went to a coffee shop the other day, and we come out, and I go, that was weird in there, huh? She was like, nah, that was like the most normal coffee shop experience we could have had. She's like, you went in, you asked for a coffee, they gave you the coffee, you paid for it, now we're outside. What was weird? And I was like, I don't know, but there was a vibe in there. Felt like they didn't want us in there. But it was a real hipster coffee shop, you know, it was real hip. And if it gets too hip, they don't want you in there. You know what I mean? They don't want me in there, I know that. They're very rude to me in there. But I like a rude coffee shop. I like to be treated bad while I'm trying to order a coffee. I like to be berated. I feel like the ruder the coffee shop employee, the better the coffee. I don't know why that is, but it seems to be true like every time. Like if you go to a place and they're real friendly, you're like, there's gonna be Folgers in here. Gonna be in a styrofoam cup with a lid that don't fit that good. Could have made this at home. But I love it. So I love a hipster coffee shop because I like good coffee, you know. But sometimes they complicate things for no reason, you know. Like all I drink is black coffee. And I went to this one coffee shop, and I go up to the guy. He figured out a way to complicate that. I go up to him. I go, hey, man, let me get a black coffee. He goes, pour over or drip? I was like, I don't know, man. However you get it in there. You know what I mean? I'm like, I don't really know what you're asking me right now. I'm not looking to be involved in making the coffee here. Pour it, drip it, whatever you got to do, man, but wrap it up. He was like, pour over takes 15 minutes. I was like, well, start dripping then. I don't know how you drip faster than you pour, man. That don't even make sense. I don't know how you're doing it. I don't know why you're doing it like that. 15 minutes to make a coffee. I don't need it to be that good. You know what I mean? Like, I like a good coffee, but I don't need you back there massaging the beans, you know? 15 minutes is enough to get to know a person. I'm not trying to form a relationship with the barista here. Turns out, like, a pour-over coffee is when they're making you your own individual cup of coffee, you know? So I guess you're taking up one employee in that coffee shop for the next 15 minutes just because you don't want your coffee mingled with the other coffee. I don't need it to be that good, you know? I don't need a pour-over coffee, you know what I mean? I have found a place that manages to be rude to you and give you bad coffee. And that place is known as the Waffle House. You know what I mean? I love the Waffle House, but I'm not going there for the coffee. I'll have it, but I'm not going there for it, you know? I do love the Waffle House. I was selling pesticides with a guy from New Jersey one time, and he told me he had never been to the Waffle House. And I was like, all right, well, let's go right now. You know, because I didn't want to mess around and let somebody else take it, you know? Because I like taking people to the Waffle House for the first time. It's a lot of fun for me. I like to see the excitement on their face. So we walk, and I wanted it to be a good experience, you know, because he had never been. And so we walk in, and there's an older waitress in there, and she goes, hey, welcome to Waffle House. I was like, thank you. How you doing today? She goes, I'm tired, and I could use a cigarette, but people keep coming in here. I was like, boom, that's what I'm talking about. That's the kind of attitude I'm looking for in here. I was excited, man. I made eye contact with my friend. I'm like, you see what's going on in here? This is how we do it at the Waffle House. And then we sat down and we ate, and it was very good. And right after we ate, a roach came from under the table, ran up my shirt, got about right here. I swatted it down. It hit the table, disappeared. I don't know what happened to it, but honestly, I couldn't have paid for a better experience in that. Because you want to see a roach once in a while in the Waffle House, you know? Just make sure they're still keeping it organic in there and not using a lot of pesticides in there. But you want to see it after you ate, you know? That way it's like, yeah, I'm nauseous, but I'm full, you know? You know, thank you. And, thank you. That's okay, I don't, that's good. Yeah, thank you, okay. We're losing it. And, you know, the best thing about having hair long like this is if I find a hair in my food, I just assume it's mine. You know what I mean? I just lift it up like this. I go, yeah, that's definitely one of mine. I don't know how I got lodged deep down in that omelet like that, but that is... that is definitely one of mine, though. Good thing, too, or I would have lost my appetite, but... I can eat my own hair, you know what I mean? Nah, it's tough to eat hair. You ever swallow about half a hair? You can't get it down all the way. You gotta dig it out of there. It's like fishing for throw up. You're like, ah. That is true. I'm sorry I did that, though. That's gross.